Draymond Jialu from the World Journal. Cavaliers, played very well before the finals, but today he just was 4 for 13 from the floor. Could you talk about the defense?
I think everybody keep making this Kevin Love matchup with me a thing. It's just basketball, I'm not seeking out, trying to say, oh man, I'm locking down Kevin Love. And he's not coming out there saying, oh man, I need to go at Draymond. He plays within his offense. I try to play within our team defense, and that's just, what it is. I think he missed some shots that he could have made. He had a couple in and outs, but I wasn't the only one on him as well. There were other guys that did a great job, and, yet he still had a huge impact on the game. 15 points, 21 rebounds. I think he had a very solid game for them. But, overall, it was a complete team effort. It's obviously I help a lot, so it's not all, I switch a lot. It's not always me on Kevin Love. Anybody who, was on him, just try to make him take tough shots, and he can still hit those shots. So we just got to continue to play great team defense.
Over here in the aisle, third row.
Yeah, Draymond over here. Yeah, Jason Applebaum, KTVU, Fox 2 here in Oakland. You guys went on a 13-0 run to start the second half. Was there anything said in the locker room, or what was the mindset that you guys had coming out in the second half that really allowed you to turn a close game into a blowout?
I never felt at any point it was really a blowout. Obviously, up 20 is cool, but, one thing you know about this team is they can storm back from that. And so, it was never the feel of like a blowout for us. At halftime, we just said, we're playing good. I think at that point we had 1 turnover, and we spoke about that as well, to continue to not turn the ball over and lock down even more on the defensive end. In the first half, we missed a lot of bunnies. And we said, if we can make a few of these bunnies, and continue to play the way we're playing, we could possibly bust the game open a little bit, and we were able to do that.
Thanks. Rachel, back left.
Hello.
Hello.
Kevin Durant, pretty good. Why is he particularly important for you when you get to this level against this opponent in this NBA Finals?
Because he can just go get a bucket, and that's, one of the things that we need, a guy who can go get a bucket, get to the foul line. Tonight he shot 8 free throws, which is huge. They're going on a run, and, he picks up a foul and gets to the line. That's huge for us. You're talking, one of the best players in the game. To have a game like that, when he's playing that way, it's tough to beat. 38, 0 turnovers. That's, we're real tough to beat when he's doing that. And so, he just did what we expect of him. We're going to seek him out, get him the ball, and, guys got to defend him. And he was amazing tonight, and I expect nothing less in the rest of the games.
Hey,
Right
Draymond,
side.
to your right, Phil Barber, Santa Rosa Press, Democrat. There's been times in the past when you guys kind of lived and died by the three-point shot, but tonight, especially early, you guys were really taking it to the rack, especially Kevin. How much of that was dictated by the defense, and how much does that help you guys just transcend your offense when that's available?
Well, one thing about K is he can get to the basket anytime he wants, and he's 7 feet, so there's usually never a bad shot that he takes because he sees right over people. And, with their defense, I think, if you saw a couple times in the first half, we're in transition and they're just jumping out at the 3 and you get an easy dunk. You could tell that their game plan was to take the 3 away. And, when you do that, when they do that, you got to drive the basketball. I think we did a great job of that. And, if they're going to play that same type of defense, you have to take what the defense give you. You can't just sit out there and say, oh, man, I'm going to get a 3 up because, we want to shoot threes. You just got to take what the defense give you. And if that's a, lane to the rim, then you got to take that lane and, try to finish. And usually that'll loosen their defense up some. And then, that's when the threes will start coming. But, for the most part, we continue to drive. And I think also we missed a bunch of easy ones that, we usually make, that we will make. So, we just got to continue to do whatever the defense say do. You take that.
Same row in the aisle.
Anthony Snyderberry, News Group Draymond, 20-4 turnover advantage. Just how massive is that?
Yeah, say that one more time.
Just the 24 turnover advantage.
Oh,
how massive?
I think that was huge. We scored 21 points off their turnovers. They scored 6 off ours. When you turn the ball over against this team, it's almost impossible to guard. Usually it's LeBron coming downhill or Kyrie coming downhill with a bunch of shooters around them. And so we know coming into this game that we got to, really value the basketball. And if we can get a shot at the rim, it's always to our advantage with all the great scorers that we have. And, Obviously, I don't think we'll have 4 turnovers every game, but if we can keep those turnovers down, it gives us a much better chance at, having a game like this, even where in the first half, in the beginning, where we were missing easy shots, we were missing shots that we would normally make, that not only having 1 turnover, in that first half is key, and so if we can continue to, stick with this blueprint, take care of the ball, defend, we put ourselves in a good position.
Chris in the back row.
Chris Haynes, ESPN. Nice jacket, Draymond.
Thanks, bro. You too.
Yeah. With Clay, obviously you guys haven't lost in the postseason, and he hasn't been himself. Does it get to a point where you start trying to look for him? Like a couple of times, I believe in the third quarter, looked like you were aiming for him, trying to get him going.
Not trying to get him going. He's one of our best scorers, and just because he's not hitting shots don't mean we're going to stop going to him. He loosens up the defense. They're still chasing him, all over the floor. They're not just going to leave him open. So, it's never a point like, let's feed Clay, let's get him going. That's one of our guys. We're going to get him the basketball. But the most important thing is the way he's defending. We have enough guys who can score on this team that if one guy can't get it going, we can go other places. And then our ball movement and our flow allows everyone else to get baskets as well. We're not just going to say, oh, man, we really need to get Clay going. One thing about him is he's going to keep shooting. He took 16 shots tonight. That's a lot of shots. And we don't expect him to stop shooting. We want him to keep shooting, and we know he will. But his defense the entire playoffs has been spectacular. And that's huge. I think everyone always, you're just looking and waiting for that, that game where he just goes off. But if that game never comes and he continues to play the defense that he's been playing, we should be just fine.
Front row on the right.
Jacob Palmer, San Francisco Examiner. Was there any level of frustration for you when you started the game 0 for 5, got those 2 early fouls?
No. Obviously you want to make the shots, and I missed some easy ones. But, I knew that I had to stay locked in. I figured I'd come back to the beginning of the second quarter. And my mind was just, locked in on, trying to make plays, trying to be great on the defensive end, and just bring whatever I can to the game. The shots won't always fall. I put a lot of work in. I want to continue to shoot the basketball, and I know they'll fall eventually. But, as long as I can make an impact on the game somehow, that's all I ever really care about.
Mike said that, Mike said that in the third quarter when you jumped over JR for a loose ball, that was kind of a catalyst for you guys coming back. Was you starting a little bit cold shooting the ball? Did that, kind of make you gear up and go a little bit harder in the second half, or was that just a constant thing for you?
That's kind of, what I bring to this team. I've never been a guy who let my shooting determine, what I do on the basketball floor. If I was that guy, I would have been out the league a long time ago. So I shot like 20% from the field and 10 from 3 my rookie year. So, it's never really a focus of mine. If I'm hitting shots and doing all those things, that's great, and it's extra for us. But at the end of the day, I have to bring that energy to the floor no matter what, because that is my role on this team.
Last question, back right.
Nate Duncan, Dunked On Podcasts. They had a lot of success in the last series running pick and roll at Steph Curry. It looked like you guys did a better job on that this time. Why were you able to do better?
Steph took it personal. His shows were great. His defense was amazing. And, when he takes it personal like that and, he accepts the challenge, we're a damn good defensive team. And, like I said, he was up the floor on his shows as opposed to getting strung out. And guys were locked in behind the play also. So if there was a miscommunication on one show or two, there's guys there to help. And, we were all locked in and on the screen together.
Thank you, Draymond.